Hi, Twinks and Brunettes. Quick question. Are you the type of person that anytime you build a house, you just make a big box and then give up because there's no way to actually furnish something like this and make rooms big enough for it to look good? Today, I'm going to show you a bunch of tricks on how to make really big rooms work in a house without them looking like too much. They're gonna be too much, of course they will, but if you have something that big on your hands, it's at least more interesting than just making a big room and putting a pool table in the middle and calling it a day. My first trick is to actually make bathrooms really big. And a good way to do this is to make both a water closet and an actual full-size bathroom right next to each other. One with just a toilet and a sink, and one with all of the fixtures, including a walk-in huge shower and a fancy bathtub. That gives you technically two bathrooms for your Sims to go in, even though like one looks like I just need a quick wee bathroom, and the other one is like the full experience. Doing it this way, you use a lot of space while still having something that looks like it belongs in a house and would be something you could see in a fancy home, or just like someone's home that is very conscious about everyone having a bathroom in case of extreme diarrhea from every member of the family. Closets are also your best friends in builds like this, so don't leave them out. So here it is for the bathroom. This is the final result, and you can have, I'd say, at least 3 bathrooms as big as this in your house without it looking like you're really trying too hard. What about bedrooms though? Let's talk main bedroom. With the main bedroom, what I like to do when I have a lot of space is for the entrance of the room not to be the actual bedroom, but rather the walk-in closet. Walk-in closets in The Sims 2 are harder to make than in The Sims 4, where we basically have a walk-in closet pack. But there are ways to make it happen in The Sims 2 and make it look pretty believable, in my opinion, and I'm showing it to you right now. Something I also find really fancy to do, and this is a pretty extreme idea, but if you want to roll with it, you can roll with it, is to have a really fancy bathtub in the corner of a room, like basically in the bedroom. I know a lot of hotels do this in their fancy suites and things like that. If I have a particularly fancy family, I might consider it. It is a lot, but it does use a lot of space in a way that looks pretty good, honestly. And for the bed, you don't have to actually put the bed against a wall. Putting the bed in the center of the room and putting stuff around the bed makes the room feels more full and less big. I like to put either a desk or a table at the back of the bed where I could put flowers and an alarm clock and all of these things. You can also use foundations to make a pretty design, and there are endless possibilities basically, especially for main bedrooms. Also, never use the fact that you made a walk-in closet or that you put an actual closet like in the wall in a room tell you that you can't also put in a dresser or like, use the space. Now, maybe you're trying to make one of your big rooms work, but you don't need any more bedrooms for adults. A good thing to do is to make a big room fit 2 teens or 2 children. What I like to do is use privacy screens to split the room in half, or have half the room be actual bedroom with the 2 beds and the other half be like gaming and homework space. And this is very easy to do with the dividers that come in the game. You can also use half walls or any other item in the game that divides the space. I am not a huge fan of having kids and especially teens sleep in the same room, but when it actually looks right that these Sims would like to share a space, I am fine with doing it this way, making a really big room where both the Sims have their own space. It becomes a bit awkward though when it's two teens because, I mean, I can't be the only one who thinks about this. Like, it's not an issue in The Sims, but like teen boys in particular, I wouldn't want poor teen boys sleeping in the same room as their teen sister. Just, for their poor health. But yes, this is a great way to utilize space and make it something that actually looks right. Now, I'm sure we've all made a cinema room in The Sims before. This cinema room, though, is so over the top, yet doesn't look like it's so out of place in a house this huge. It's a great way to utilize space without having like a bowling alley in your house. And it's just as, if not more fun than a bowling alley in your house. I don't think I could even like appreciate a bowling alley in my house. I think I would like to have it and look at it, but I would never play it. But movies, your Sims will watch them. And my trick to make it look like a real cinema room is to use the modular couches. I use some that are custom content, but you can use the game ones. It doesn't change anything to the fact that you can make a pretty darn good cinema room in this game. The TV is not that big. This is the biggest TV we have, but with some CC you can probably find a projector screen or something like that you can use in a cinema room this big. Now let's talk some big mama entryway. I like to make grand entrances in really big houses. It makes it easier to waste a lot of space. Take a shot every time I say space in this video. Start it over from the beginning and just take a shot every time I say space. I am going to be at all of you guys' funerals. I'm drinking a Red Bull. Click, 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 click. But yes, one of my favorite ways to waste space is to use that huge chandelier that is like a 2-story chandelier. Making a landing like this and using the chandelier in the center of the room below makes for a great entrance and makes for a great space waster. Yay! It's also quite easy, I find, to make an entrance that actually has absolutely nothing going for it except for the fact that it's huge and it directs you to different rooms in the house. So for example, in this entryway you have 2 staircases that go up to the upper floor, and you have skill building things, I guess, because of all the bookcases and the grand piano. This is like a show off room. This is a room that nobody's gonna spend time in unless they are coming in or out of the house or going upstairs. Like, nobody's gonna sit in these chairs and chill. That is just not something that your Sims are gonna want to do or do at all. I love using the shelves like this, like all up in a row on the wall, and this is not the only room that I'm going to be doing this in. There's another room that I find this is a great way to utilize space, and it also makes it really pretty on the landing upstairs when you use a half wall to have those bookcases downstairs. I don't know, but it just looks really good. And yeah, this is the whole trick. The whole trick for the entryway is the 2-story chandelier. That's all I gotta say. It's really good also for a kitchen table. I have used this chandelier in my second goth household, the one that had Harley and Jenna and Fallon. It's over their kitchen table, and that works really, really well in that context as well, I find. This kind of space is also an excellent excuse to use the double-story windows. Now, I'm not gonna go on forever about an office, but an office is a great way to use a room that you don't need for a bedroom. A great trick for this kind of room is to put the desk in the middle and not against the wall, kind of like the double bed in the main bedroom. And to put up a wall of bookshelves at the back of the room, kind of like I did in the entryway. Well, exactly like I did in the entryway. Then you can do kind of like a lawyer's office and have chairs like in front of the desk of people that might visit, I don't know, and an easel. And I have big plans for that easel coming up in the shape of a sunroom. With sunrooms, it's fun to do a weird shape with the walls. I like to use those very short fences and then put outside plants inside the house. I think that looks very cute. And I don't care that they all die because I just delete them with move objects and put them back in. It's fine. And that's a beautiful kind of room to put a lot of easels in because it's a nice way to utilize the sunroom actually and not just have it be a space with chairs that Sims never actually sit in. I like it to be usable. As you might have seen, I also quickly tried to add the greenhouse roof over this to see if it worked. It does, so you could even have a glass roof over this sunroom, and you can also use the greenhouse walls for this. Some quick fire tips. It's very easy to make a pool very large without looking goofy, and you can of course put pools inside. You can also put a hole in the middle of the pool and put something fun there like a juice thing or even a campfire. For kitchens, I like to build huge kitchen islands and use double appliances. So 2 stoves, 2 fridges, sometimes even 2 dishwashers. That makes the space run out actually pretty quick. And of course you need a separate dining room from your kitchen to really get in there, you know. Back in the day, I would also sometimes have a room with the appliances and a room with the counters where the actual cooking would take place, but that is honestly next level. That's like $1 million house, super famous sim level of like silliness. That's gonna be it for me today. I hope this was useful to literally anyone on earth. I don't know if it will be. All I can do is hope, cross my fingers and hope. Well, guys, I love you and I care about you. Please follow me on all of my social medias. They will be linked down below, as well as my Ko-fi if that is something that could interest you. My Discord server is also linked down below. If you wish to join, I would actually love that. All right, sleep tight. Don't let the Bud Light bite. Bye-bye. Mwah.